In this tutorial, we will talk in more detail about character strings and the string class. You will learn strings are objects and they are also immutable, meaning once a string object is created, it cannot be changed. As you saw in the objects tutorial, objects are created using the new command. This statement creates a reference variable student1 of type student. The object is created by locating the student class. All objects are created using the new keyword. This statement creates a reference variable myname of type string. A string object with the characters Sally space Brown is created using the new command. Because we use strings so often in our programs, Java provided a shortcut to create string objects. We will always create string objects like this. The new command is implied because the type is string. This only works for string objects. A reference variable called name is created of type string and is initialized with the null value. The expression on the right is executed, which finds the string class and it creates the string object. The object is placed into memory and its address is placed into name. The name reference variable contains the address to the string object. This string object contains all of the methods defined within the string class. You can find these methods by looking at the class definition from the Java API. To find the Java API, do a Google search Java API. Click on the Oracle documentation link and look for the class that you're interested in. We will scroll down and look for the string class. Click on the string class and you can scroll through this page looking at all the methods that the string class has. Consider this string. The characters in a string start at index 0. There are 24 characters in this string numbered 0 through 23. The length method will return 24. Substring is a useful method for returning parts of a string. The first number is the index you want. Character V is at index 4. The second number is the character you do not want. So you do not want character 9 included, only characters 4 through 8. Substring creates a new string with these characters, and the original string is unchanged. Running substring with only one index returns a string starting at that index and includes all the characters to the end of the string. This method returns a string object with all of the characters in uppercase. Like all string methods, the original string is unchanged. Now let's look at how to run or execute these methods once the object is created. This statement creates a reference variable named phrase of type string. A new string object is created with these characters and the address is placed into phrase. This statement creates a primitive type variable of type int named x. To run a method in the object, first state the object's name, then use the dot operator, then the method name. Notice that you will always use parentheses to run a method. Sometimes stuff goes inside the parentheses and sometimes they are empty. We will talk about that later when we learn how to create methods. This expression is executed, which asks the phrase string object to run the length method and assign the results to x. Remember, the expression on the right is executed first and the results are placed into the variable on the left. The method returns 24, which is placed into x. The next statement runs the substring method on the phrase string object. This method returns a new string with the characters VE space CO, which is then printed to the terminal window. The next statement creates a reference variable new phrase of type string. We run the substring method on the phrase string object, which creates a new string with the characters PUTER space science exclamation point. The address to this new object is placed into the reference variable new phrase. Next, we ask new phrase object to run the length method, which returns 14. 14 is then assigned to x. This writes over the value 24, which was there before. Then a new reference variable foo of type string is created. The toUpperCase method is run from the new phrase object, which creates a string with all uppercase characters. The address to this object is placed into foo. Strings are immutable, meaning once they are created, they cannot change. Look at this example. A reference variable phrase is created of type string. A string object with the characters I love computer science is created and its address is put into phrase. In this statement, a new string object is created with the characters I like pizza too. Its address is then put into phrase. There is no reference variable pointing to I love computer science string object, so something called the garbage collector comes by and it removes the object from memory to free up the space. In this tutorial, we learned that strings are created from the string class and that strings are objects. We also learned that strings are immutable.